Hi techies, in this video I'm going to cover few more Informatica PowerCenter interview questions and answers. This video is very important for experienced persons who is going to attend the Informatica interview. So keep watch till the end. For updating the data by using update strategy transformation, target table or flat file, which one gives more performance and why? This is a tricky question. Interviewer asks this question to confuse you because update strategy we cannot perform on flat files. We can perform on only relational tables because it just needs a primary key to insert or update a data. We cannot declare a, a key in flat files. So this is the limitation for update strategy transformation. So there is no comparison between which one will gives you more performance. We cannot perform update strategy transformation to update the data on flat files. The next question is write a query to create and drop the indexes. Here is the syntax for create and drop the indexes as shown in the screen. For creating the index, you have to mention the column names also, like create index name on table name, and in brackets you have to mention on which columns you are going to create the index. You can create in one column or you can create on multiple columns. So this is the syntax for creating the index. And for dropping the index, it's very simple. Just drop index name. You just mention the index name. When we are creating what are the index name we are giving, same name we have to mention to drop the indexes. And here for dropping, no need to mention the columns. The next question is how to configure the error logs to store as a DB tables in Informatica. In Informatica, there is an option to store the error logs in database also, not only flat files. So here is the configuration details. You can see my screen. Here in the session properties, if you go to edit tasks and session properties, here error log type is there, right? As shown in the screen. This is the one where you can change the log files to store as a flat files or relational database. You can decide here. There is two options. One is flat files and second one is relational database. If you give relational database, this just enables the database properties in below. So error log DB connection, next one. Here you have to give which connection you are going to use for DB, like where you are going to store this table, which DB. That connection you have to give here, DB connection. And error log table name prefix. Actually, if you give this option as a relation error log type as a relational table database, if you mention that, it just creates four database tables four error tables. I'll explain those four tables in next slide. So four tables is just going to create. For that we have to give some prefix. If you want to give some prefix, then you have to mention here that prefix. Here I have given etl underscore. The tables are going to create with this prefix. And suppose I just given error log type as flat file, then you can see in the below two options also going to enable error log file directory. Here if you mention as a flat file, then you have to give your preferred file directory where you can store these log files, and also like error log file name, the file name which you are going to see as error file, that name you can specify here. But I chosen here relational database, so it's not enabled. And in below you can see log row data. This is also This is belongs to the relational database only. Next to three options: log row data and log source row data and data column delimiter. Log row data, what it will do if you enable, if you check this, is just stores the record information when it's passing through the transformation. So the record information you want at transformation level, then you check this box. And log source data. What are the source data which is coming? All the data it just stores in the log level. If you not check this, it just stores the transformation level raw data, not source raw data. And below you can see data column delimiter. This is pipe symbol I have mentioned. So in the column, in the database column, the record is the columns is going to store as a delimiter with pipe. So if you wanna store the data in some other delimiter, like to separate the columns, you wanna give some semicolon, or here you can mention that column delimiter. So when it's stored in the column, it's just all the data, it's just stored in that column with separation of delimiter. The next question is, what are the error tables in Informatica? So I already explained in the previous slide how to config logs at database level. So after completing all those steps, Informatica is going to create 4 error tables in database level. The first one is PM ERR underscore data. It just stores the data and metadata about the transformation row error and its corresponding source row. If any transformation row error occurred, what is the source row, corresponding source row for that error, that is going to store in the PM ERR data table. And the second one is PM ERR underscore MSG. MSG means message. It just stores the metadata about an error and the error message. What is the error and corresponding error message is going to store in the PM ERR underscore MSG table. And third one is PM ERR underscore SES. SES means session. It just stores the metadata about the session. And fourth one is PM ERR underscore trans. Trans means transformation. So the name itself, which indicates, it's just going to store the transformation errors. So it stores the metadata about the source and transformation ports, such as name and database. And also if any error occurs, that error also is going to log. So if the mapping is failed due to some transformation error, you can check it here. What are the types of groups in router transformation? We have total 3 types of groups in router transformation. One is input group to connect the input fields, and second one is output group. We can create multiple output groups based on the condition. And third one is default group. If any condition is not satisfied in output groups, then it will comes to the default group. The next question is, in Informatica, while importing the relational source definition from database, what are the metadata of source gets import? When you import the source from database, the following metadata gets imported. One is source name, and second one is database location, and third one is name of the columns, and fourth one is columns data types, and fifth one is constraints. If any primary key or any constraints are there, null constraints like that, it just imports those also.